Meet the Bajaj CT 125X, India's most affordable 125cc commuter motorcycle. The styling is a sort of mix and match of rugged, dual sport, purposeful design with a hint of retro appeal. So, there's a round headlight but a LED DRL placed at a rather odd place on top of the curve. The round analog instrument console looks from a generation ago, but you do get a USB charging port, a sign that this is the contemporary motorcycle. The rest of the CT125's design follows the rugged playbook, complete with telescopic front forks with gaiters and dual shocks at the rear. You may not think of it as an on-off crossover, but there are elements which underscore that ruggedness. So, there are tank pads, a ribbed seat, a small luggage carrier at the rear, and even a small underbelly protector. What we did miss on the bike, however, was the presence of a kill switch, which would have come in handy in stop-start traffic. It gets plenty of hard plastics though, and while some of them add to the rugged appeal, the rest look like cost-cutting solutions.
The Bajaj CT125X gets a rugged look, and it is aimed at the semi-urban and rural markets in India. But does its rugged look translate to a go-anywhere ability? I'm here to find the answer to that question. But before we proceed, do subscribe to Car and Bike's YouTube channel and don't forget to press that bell icon so that you'll always be up to date with what's brewing in the automotive industry.
The CT125X shares its looks with its smaller siblings, the CT110X. So what's essentially new here is the 124cc engine, which comes with a 5-speed gearbox. The engine gets a good spread of torque, and it is very similar to some of Bajaj's newer and larger engines in terms of tractability. The CT125X has slightly better power and torque figures than most of its rivals do, and it could hold speeds in excess of 75 km per hour without any fuss.
Right off the bat, one of the most noticeable things about the motorcycle is that 124cc engine's refinement. Not only is it quiet at idle speeds, but even at high RPMs, the vibrations are minimal and restricted only to the handlebar. I managed to touch a speedo indicated speed of 95 kmph, and even at that high speed, the engine didn't feel out of breath. Bajaj has definitely done a good job with that engine's refinement, and it's a standout feature on the motorcycle.
The suspension handles broken roads and potholes well, and while the first ride didn't offer the opportunity to test it in rugged terrain, the bike had no problems handling broken roads and loose dirt. The suspension is on the comfier side, but we feel it's a decent trade-off for someone looking for a comfortable commuter and not necessarily something sporty to carve corners with. The bike gets an upright and a neutral seating position, and ergonomics are easy and comfortable. The base variant gets drum brakes on both ends, while the top-end variant gets a disc brake up front. Our test bike came with the front disc brake, which has decent stopping power. It also gets a combi-braking system to help avoid lockups.
The Bajaj CT125X is priced at 71,000 rupees for the drum brake variant and just shy of 75,000 rupees for the disc brake variant.
This makes it a good deal cheaper than its rivals for a rather well-rounded package. Its rugged looks may not be for everyone, but for its target consumer who will be using it in roads which may not have the best surfaces, the CT125X can make for a good daily commuter. The fact it's got a price advantage over its rivals makes it that much more appealing.